Okay, I was going to get started and I was actually going to try to clear this page and then go and clear the cache. But I actually found an error before I did that. So here I am from a previous search. As a user, I'm on Tracker and I would want to clear. And when I clear, it doesn't clear, and I'm not sure why that is. So this margin checkbox, this date range checkbox, this checkbox, and the results of 23 don't seem to clear. And so I don't know why that is. Let me just kind of play with it a little bit. Go back to list view, clear. Okay, so I'm not sure why that is. It doesn't clear, at least that's the intended functionality. I guess this can be left to default for close flip since that is really our only functionality for now. But when I hit clear, I guess the results 23 should go away to 0. And then I would assume all this should go away, correct? Isn't that the best understanding of clear? Okay, so anyways, let me go to, let me get out of here. Let me go to preferences. Let me go to clearing my cache or clear, clear, and then clear. That's how I do it. And then let me go to flip tracking. Okay, so I'm not sure how this works, but I cleared the cache and then it takes me back to the previous search. And if I were to hit map view, I guess it's as if I never logged out. So I don't know why that is. Let's try this. We'll log out. Now we'll go to preferences. And then I guess you can't see, but this line says your web content cache is currently using 1.4 megabytes of disk space, so clear now. And then clear now. And then let's try starting over. Yeah, so I don't know why that is. Maybe that's an error on my side. I'm not super familiar with how certain things are stored, so maybe you guys know that better than I do. I hope I've done it correctly, but let me just get started with a couple things. So let's go through a couple functionalities. Um, Actually, let's just go to the leaderboard. Okay, first thing is this is starting to get really cool, so I want whoever hears this to know that it is definitely starting to take wings and deliver value and functionality that we're intending. So it's really cool to see it kind of coming together. If you're a flipper like I am, it makes you pretty darn excited. So I'm not sure if you guys know that or understand that, but it is really neat to kind of see it take off. Okay, so we'll go all-time Arizona 0 to 7 days. We'll hit search. First question I have is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 seconds is long, not the end of the world. But I know we're working on this speed issue on another context, so that's not what I'm going through right now. Is there a way where we can have the number of results, right? So it's 50, but then if you click to page 3, 3, 4, 5, it's 150, and I did this for a while. I think I clicked forward as quick and as long and as many pages as I could just to see what the total number of records were. And since you can only click forward 2 pages at a time, it took me a while because I wanted to know how many total records there were on this particular set search query. And the answer was, I think it was about 4,800 total records, and I was on page 98 or page 99. So my question would be, would there be a way where up here we could have, like, I don't know where you would put it, so I kind of lean on you for that help, but would it be good to say right here, and it would say total entities colon 4,821 so that you understood the number of records entities being produced in a particular search query. If that's possible and if it's simple to do, I would like to put that in play. And as Qasim is listening to this, he's just reminding me how that we're pushing development forward. But it is a necessary evil to know the total number of records one is dealing with. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, Um, so let's go to, oh, whoops, I'm not at the very first page. Sorry about that. All right, let's go to a couple, our guy, True Freedom Achievers. Okay, so True Freedom Achievers, who I know, very busy flipper here in town. All right. So what I'll do is I'll go 6 months. Oh, okay. So I know this was a topic of discussion, and I did include a screenshot. But one of the questions was about where you wanted, where I wanted you to install or create the average gross profit per flip. The answer is right here. Move average flip cycle to the right, and put it right here. Obviously, if you can, make this format, look nice and uniform, but it would be in between these two numbers right here. Okay, so first thing, here's the San Bernardino, California. And I don't know, again, I don't know why we would have a California record. Oopsie, let me go back. I don't know why we'd have a California record, but we do. Number two, you notice how USA is on the third line? You did the right layout and formatting where you put everything into 2 lines, which is great. And you also aligned all these up, which is great. And you lined the days up with the date, so that's all great. But I don't understand why we have a California record or a USA. So that's number one. Let me just pull my notes in here real quick. Oh, I think that was another thing. Okay, so if I go back to True Freedom Achievers, so here's more of a question. It says 26 records with this search criteria of all time Arizona in 0 to 7 days. Let's go to 6 months. Let's hit search. And so right here, it would hopefully say the entities found would be a lesser number because now we're putting less date or less history. Here's True Freedom Achievers, which is now lowercase, which is interesting. But here's the question I've got. It says 11 records. And remember, we're looking for 0 to 7 days. So what I would anticipate, if I click on True Freedom Achievers, I would find 11 records, all of which are 0 to 7 days. But what I find, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seconds. What I find is not 11 records. I find 18 records. And I also find that this, however I clicked on it, is no longer taking into account what I think I wanted to see, which was the 11 records that were 0 to 7 days. Instead, what it's showing me is 20 or 18 records, and it's all over the board. 0 days, 31, 220, 429 days, 265 days. So it's pulling, I guess, different history, making me think that the record I was intending to look at, which was the 11 records of 0 to 7 days, it's now showing me obviously more. Okay, so that's an issue. The next is here is odd. Kokomo, Indiana is the first record. I did attach a screenshot. Again, I'm not sure if this is just data errors or what, but I don't understand why we would have Kokomo, Indiana or San Bernardino, California. Certainly not something you guys did. I just wanted to bring it to the forefront. Here's our San Bernardino house again. And again, USA's on the third line. USA's third line, USA's third line, USA's third line, third line, third line, third line, third line. Okay, so that's that issue. Let me see what else I had. I think that's it for now. But definitely much better. Thank you for all your hard work. I appreciate it. I hope we'll have just a handful more of tweaks and we will be able to have a soft launch. So I appreciate all the hard work. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon.